And we are back on Big Board Sports. Adnan Virk, as promised, joins us here on Big Board Sports 104.5, a team ESPN Radio in Albany. And Adnan, Roger, and Zach, good morning. Thanks for a few minutes. And I guess it's been a whirlwind couple of days for you, my man, huh?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Zach, Roger, thanks for having me on, guys. You know, just the fact that I was able to attend the Oscars, it's been a dream come true for me. And it was a lifelong movie geek to actually walk the red carpet and to be there broadcasting was already going to be the greatest Oscars of my life. It happened, and my winning, and that clip being posted on Deadspin, it just kind of reached a new level of variety, and I've had a lot of good-natured fun. People saying that my call, Moonlight won, like your Havlicek stole the ball, or Al Michael, do you believe in miracles? I mean, obviously, it's nothing like those calls, but it is just funny the way people have kind of spliced them together. It's been really cool for me.
All right, so take us back to Sunday night. I mean, set this up for us. Give us a little play-by-play of how this thing unfolded, because it is still, here we are, however many days removed, and that seems to be the hot topic. Twitter, you name it, it's out there.
Yeah, so to take it back to, because I think part of what happened here, Zach and Rogers, people saw the clip on Deadspin, they go, wait, why is Adnan there? Like, I even messaged the guy from Deadspin, and he said, even I was astonished. Like, why is ESPN's Adnan Virk on Oscar.com? So just to take it back for a second, Ben Lyons is the best. He works at ESPN LA 710, and he's a big fan of my podcast, Cinephile on ESPN. So he had vouched for me. Like, it's like the mob. He just said, hey, I got to have my guy here. I want him with me, and I want us to do the broadcast. So I was doing what was the second screen experience for the Academy Awards. So I'm sure most people who like movies are watching the Oscars. But if you are a real nut job like me, you'd be watching Oscar.com, because we had all the behind-the-scenes cameras and the thank you cam and the media and just the audience cameras. It's a really cool way, actually, to watch the Oscars. So the entire time, imagine if you guys were, let's say, broadcasting the Super Bowl, but you were doing the second screen experience. So you're just talking over everything. So it's like, oh, how do you think Brady's looking so far? What's happened with Matt Ryan? And then there's a camera just showing the Patriots sideline, or a camera just showing the Falcons sideline. So that was our night. So what would happen is when an award was won, they would tell us in our ear, and then we'd just react. So I'm not seeing what Casey Affleck is saying in his speech. Someone just tells me, hey, Casey just won. And then I just start talking about his performance in Manchester by the Sea and what it must be like for him to win, and Denzel losing for Fences and so on. So when Best Picture came, they just tell us in our ear, hey, La La Land just won. So Ben, of course, starts talking about La La Land, and we've been talking a lot of La La Land all night. It's been, a 4-hour show. We're like, all right, what else can we say? Yeah, combined sentiment, nostalgia, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And Sophia and Troy, the co-host, as well. Now I'm standing up. Our stage director, Denny, who looks a little like Brian Dennehy, noted character actor, is pointing at me frantically. And I look over at the big screen TV, which is what all the media is watching. You guys have been impressed from, you know the way it is. All the media is sitting there, and it's like 75 photojournalists. And when I looked over, I just saw a really flustered Warren Beatty. So I didn't know what was happening. And then I just saw the moment where the producer from La La Land held up the card Moonlight. And that's why in that clip that everyone's talking about that went viral, you hear me say, because you see me turn, I go, Moonlight won Best Picture. And I was saying it, it would be as if Joe Buck had just said, David Tyree made the catch. Like, there's no emotion because you don't know it. Like, I was saying what was in my head. Like, Moonlight won Best Picture. And then I looked back and I looked again, and then I saw Barry Jenkins, the writer-director, going nuts, and Mahershala Ali, and both Mahershala and Barry had been on my podcast, and I saw them on the red carpet, and I thanked them for coming on, and they were in good moods, and I told them, you guys are going to win for supporting actor and screenplay. But now the moment's hitting me that, wait, they actually won. And that's when it was like a play-by-play guy calling the Oscars, where I went, Moonlight's won Best Picture. Like, oh, my God. So then we're reacting in the moment, because it's actually working, guys, twofold. One, Moonlight won. Like, this is the biggest upset since Shakespeare in Love beat Saving Private Ryan in 1998. Like, it's an absolute stunner. Like, this is the Warriors blowing the 3-1. This is the Cubs coming back against the Indians. This is, the Patriots. Like, it was, one, that was the crazy part. And two, hang on a second. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway just screwed up. Like, there's a wrong envelope. Like, Steve Harvey, what's going on here? So being in that media room and seeing everyone's faces, like, everybody was just mystified. So I did an immediate phone with SportsCenter, and everyone wants to know what happened. And my understanding in the moment, I asked one of the producers, she goes, well, they put the wrong card in the envelope. And I said, I don't understand. Like, is there a Best Picture envelope? And they said, yeah, and I guess the Best Actress card was in there. So that's why he looked so confused. So, of course, the story has now come out that, yes, so there's two envelopes in case, like, someone spills champagne on them or loses one, whatever it is. Or maybe they come out different sides, the presenters. So, obviously, the card that Emma Stone got from Leo, she held on to, because she said that right away. She said, no, I still have mine. but the duplicate was either given to Warren Beatty or he grabbed it or whatever story you want to read. So that's why he looked so confused when he opened it up. The card said Emma Stone, Best Actress. And for everybody crushing him, listen, you guys know this as live broadcasters and doing live radio, and I know this is live radio and live TV. You don't know what you're going to do. Like with 1 billion people, I would not have the audacity to go, ladies and gentlemen, I believe I've been given the wrong card. Like that's never happened before. So that's why he just didn't know what to do. He just stood there and then just kind of handed the card to Faye. And people are saying he's thrown under the bus. I don't think so. I think he was going, hey, look, this isn't the right card. Like, what are we supposed to do? And she just goes, yeah, La La Land. Sure, that's what she saw on the card. And I would have almost thought, yeah, okay, Emma Stone's the star of the movie. That's where the card is. Meaning, if I saw the card said Robert De Niro, Raging Bull, I'd go, oh, yeah, Robert De Niro's the star of Raging Bull. I guess Raging Bull won Best Picture. So it was just a bizarre moment. And for me to actually be a part of it backstage at the Oscars where everybody was absolutely surreal.
So, like, how did this happen? I mean, who takes the blame? Do I get fired for this?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm a little unclear of. Is it, like I said, did Warren grab the wrong envelope? Was he given the wrong envelope? You know, who was the stagehand? Like, the idea of 2 envelopes, that has always happened. Like, there's nothing wrong or bizarre with that idea. Like, once I heard that, I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, you know, when I have to do my taxes, I guess I have 2 copies. If you always get a duplicate of something, I'm like, yeah, that's not that bizarre. But obviously just the fact, I mean, you walk in different entrances, right? That stage is huge. Like, I saw the stage. I walked the stage. You're on the right and left. You can't just be running back and forth with envelopes. But, you know, I guess some of it's on Warren. They didn't actually double-check. I don't know. I haven't seen the envelope. I don't know if the outside of the envelope says Best Picture. I would assume it did. So then it's a little bit on him or on Faye Dunaway or actually the person who handed it. I'm unclear of.
Adnan Virk joining us here on Big Board Sports. Adnan, what was the response after it got posted to Deadspin and you're making your way back from the West Coast to the East Coast? What was the fallout there?
This is where it got really wild. So obviously I have to have an Oscar party's experience to be part of being at the Oscars. So Ben had hooked us up going to the Amazon party because they had distributed Manchester by the Sea. And like, we'll be a good scene because Casey won and Kenneth Lonergan won, the writer. And as we were going to his car with his agent Ryan, I got a text from my friend Claire who said, hey, you're on Deadspin. And my heart fell. I go, oh, my God, this is one of the greatest nights of my life. You guys know this as broadcasters. If you made Deadspin, that's something bad. If somebody uttered a profanity or made a joke or something terrible. And I clicked on it. I go, oh, my God. And Ben goes, what is it? I go, this is going to go viral. Like, no, everyone's seeing this. They're seeing my reaction. I'm calling it, like Al Michaels. And I said, this is great. And the biggest thing, like Mike Greenberg, so obviously we go to the party, by the way, nothing special. Anybody who's ever gone to a club or a bar, like 1 a.m, that's what it's like. You go there, you wait outside, you walk in, have a couple of drinks, and then went to In-N-Out Burger, had a sandwich, walked back to the hotel. But now my phone's blowing up with people saying, want to have you on. So Mike Gold Jr. wants me on first and last. With the time difference, it's 5 a.m. on the East. I'm at 2 o'clock local. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. And now there's no point in sleeping because I've got a 5:30 a.m. flight. And then Mike Greenberg starts the show with Mike Golick. And Greeny, 10 minutes in, says our producer, Dan Stanzik, who produces my podcast, Cinephile, wait, what was Adnan doing there? So, like, I was like, well, I can come on. I texted Greeny. He goes, yeah, come on. So then I did a hit with him. So then in that flight specifically, Roger, when I went to the airport to go from L.A. to Atlanta to finally get a few hours of sleep, when I turned my phone on after, the 4-hour flight, there's like 25 messages. And it was all you guys and ESPN Chicago, ESPN Seattle, ESPN San Diego. Like, can we just have you on for 5-10 minutes? And, like, listen, obviously we've talked before. I've had affiliates that I've talked before that know, not in addition to my baseball and college football, that what a movie fan I am. But there was people who were like, hey, we've never spoken before, didn't know how much you liked movies, didn't realize you were at Oscar.com. Can you come on? So I felt compelled to try to help out as much as I could, even on little sleep, and trying to catch my connection. Like, Rosillo had texted. I go, listen, I've got 10 minutes. Like, I'm walking from Atlanta. I'm going to catch this connector. I think I get it home to my wife and 3 kids and, change some diapers. So it was a really wild scene, man. To be honest with you, the Oscars was just electrifying. That was just so much fun. That was like the Super Bowl or the World Series or Stanley Cup together. The more stressful aspect was probably getting home and just trying to make sure I was trying to help everybody out as much as I could.
Well, listen, I know you've done a lot of these. You probably can't do them all. So, Adnan, I'm glad you did our show here on Big Board Sports in Albany. That's for darn sure.
Yeah. Zach, Roger, I picked you. Listen, I did you guys ahead of Levitard, okay? Take that to the bank. I did not do the Dan Levitard show, but I was with you guys helping out Central New York.
That's a home run ball.
You're the man.
That's a promo right there, man. All right?
Dan will hate me now. Oh, God.
All right. Hey, have a great one. Thanks for a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, fellas. Take care.